Hello, it's Paige Green from Paige Green's Tutoring, and today we're going to be looking at factorising quadratics, focusing on when both numbers are positive. Now, before we get into this video, there is a couple of skills you need to be aware of before we start. The first and the main one is being able to find two numbers that multiply together to give you a number, but also add together to give you another number. So we'll look at two examples here, and then I'll give you a couple to have a go at. So I want to find two numbers that multiply to give me 8, but add to give me 6. So the way I'm going to do this first is by listing some factors of 8. So 8 times 1 gives me 8, and 2 times 4 gives me 8. But I want those factors to also add to 6, so I'm going to write them here. If I add them together, let's see what I get. 8 add 1 is 9, 2 add 4 is 6. So what I can see is when I times 2 and 4 together, it gives me 8, but when I add them together, it gives me 6. So 2 and 4 multiply to give me 8, but add to give me 6. Let's look at the next one. Now I want two numbers that multiply together to give me 42, but add to give me 13. So the first step is to look at 42 and list some factors. So I can have 42 times 1. I could have 21 times 2. We could also have 14 times 3. Ooh. The next kind of factors that we've got is we could have 6 times 7. And I believe that would be it. So there are factors of 42. Now, just with the previous one, let's have a go at adding them together. So 42 add 1, 21 add 2, 14 add 3, and 6 add 7. Let's add these together. So that would give me 17. This here would give me 13. So you can see, again, here, 6 times 7 gives me 42. But when I add them together, it gives me 13. So two numbers that multiply together to give me 42, but add together to give me 13 is 6 and 7. Now what I would like you to do is have a go at these two questions here. Can you find two numbers that multiply together to give you 36, but add together to give you 20? And then can you find two numbers that multiply together to give you 24, but add together to give you 10? Pause the video, have a go, and then press play when you're ready to check your answers. So for 36 then, some of your factors that you should have got is 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, you could have also had 4 and 9, and I think, 6 and 6 as well. There we go. So now you can go through and add them together. So 1 add 36 is 37, so it can't be that. 2 add 18 is 20, so I don't even have to really carry on. I've already found that the two numbers must be 2 and 18, because when we times them we get 36, but when we add them we get 20. Same thing again here, so we've got 1 and 24, 2 and 12, we've got 3 and 8, we've got 9, oh no we haven't, we've got 4 and 6, and I think that would be it. So let's add them together. 1 plus 24 is 25, so it can't be that. 2 add 12 is 14, so it can't be that. 3 add 8 is 11, so again couldn't be that. But 4 add 6 is 10. So here it's 4 and 6 that multiply together to give us 24, but add together to give us 10. So let's have a look at this. What does factorising actually mean? Now it means to put into brackets. So if you haven't already, I would go back and watch the video on expanding double brackets because it will help you to understand this section a little bit more. Let's take two brackets like this and let's set up our grid method and see what happens. So x times x is x squared, so I'm still getting that bit at the start. Now x times b is going to be b lots of x, whatever that is. A times x is going to be a lots of x, and a times b is just going to be ab. So let's have a think what would happen when we write this down. So it's going to look something like this. And we know because these are like terms, they will actually collect together. So we're going to get something that looks like this. X squared plus whatever a and b are added together, and then we've got the times in at the end. So what you might be able to see here, when we're factorising and we're looking for the numbers that are going to go here, we want two numbers that are going to times to give you your final number, but add to give you your middle number. And when we've got those two numbers, we can pop them in the brackets here. Let's have an example together to see how this works. So I want to find two numbers that times together to give me my last number, but add to give me my middle number. So some numbers that times together to give me 12 are 1 and 12. We've got 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. So now let's add those factors together to see which ones add together to give me 7. Well, this would be 13, this would be 8, and this would be 7. So I can see the two numbers that times together to give me my final number, but add together to give me my middle number is 3 and 4. So when we've got just x squared, this only works when there's not a coefficient of x squared. We can just say, well, it must be x at the start, and then we've got a positive 3 and a positive 4. Let's have a look at another example together. So again, you're looking for two numbers that times together to give you your final term, but they need to add to give you your middle term. So I'm just making a note of that there. So let's have a look. 72, what factors have we got? So we've got 1 and 72. We also have 2 and 36. We've also got 3 and 24. We have 4 and 18, so we've got a lot more factors here. We have 6 and 12, and I think 8 and 9, and I believe that is it. So they're the numbers that multiply to give me 72. So let's have a go about adding them together to see which ones add to give me 17. 4 add 18, 6 and 12, and 8 and 9. So we've got 73, 38. 38. We've got 27, we've got 22, got 18, and then here, that would be 17. So here the numbers are 8 and 9. So popping them into our brackets, we've got x plus 8 and x plus 9. So could you have a go at these questions? Now remember, what is multiplying together to give you your final term, but adding together to give you your middle term? Pause the video and press play when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got here 25, so they need to times for 25, but add for 10. So for 25, we've got 1 and 25, and 5 and 5. That's it. So let's add our factors together then. This would give us 26, but this would give us 10. So with the numbers we're using are 5 and 5. So we're going to get x plus 5 and x plus 5 in that one. And that would be our answer for there. Second one, again, times for our final number, add for our middle. So a few more factors to consider here. So 1 and 40, 2 and 20, we've got 4 and 10, we've got 5 and 8, and I think that's it. Let's add them together. Let's see what we get when we add them together. Okay, so 40 add 1, 41, 22 here, 14 here, and 13 there. So our numbers are 5 and 8. So popping them into the brackets, we've got +4 and +8 like that. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea about how to factorise when both of the numbers are positive. Next session, we're going to be having a look at how to factorise when we've got a positive and a negative. So just taking it that step further. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.